I'm going to say shalom to everyone. Thank the Most High for another day. We want to get into a very interesting topic. I didn't know I was going to take this route, but I just knew that I had a certain experience a few days ago. And there's one person that can vouch for, but I'm not going to name who it is. I was traveling about, I would say 15 minutes. I would say longer than my usual travel. I was about 5 to 6 exits away from my usual time that I would travel, which means it should have took me. Basically, what I'm saying is it should have took me a little longer to get home than it did. But I actually got home at the same time, and it didn't really make sense because I was driving at the same speed. So what I did was I understand that while I was traveling, when I was, driving, I found out that, it felt like that I went into some type of trance for a few moments. And how sometimes you in so deep thoughts, and I always think on a spiritual level, and it felt like I was having all these different thoughts of the Most High and spirituality, and I heard all these these thoughts of spirituality just running through my mind. Dealing with staring into the sun and making sure that I present that information on a level where it's not the worship of the sun. So make a long story short, like I said, I got home probably a minute or at the same time I usually would get home. So it took that 15-minute bracket that 15-minute extra time frame was just like eliminated. Because it should have took me an extra 15 minutes to get home. But I got home at the same time because I was farther away from where I usually travel from. Okay? So it brought me to some information about portals. And like I said, those of you may not, that follow my channel may not believe everything I'm about to say, but this may not be for you. But just hang on and let me just go through some information. Now, first of all, we got to understand what a portal is based on scripture. Because this is not about me and what happened to me or whatever. I just put that out there so we can, and it just gave me the idea to understand how actual angels enter into our realm. All right, and even evil spirits can enter into our realm. Okay, so I don't have much time. I got about 15 to 16 minutes on this phone, so I'm gonna see if I can go through this information. All right, so first, let's go to Genesis chapter 4, verse 1. Okay, Genesis 4:1, and it says, and matter of fact, I'm gonna just go through the story real quick. We understand that Cain and Abel, they had an issue with each other. Cain was very wroth with his brother Abel. Abel was like Christ. He was the resemblance of Christ, which means he had the same occupation. He was a sheep keeper. Well, not occupation, but in the spiritual part of Christ's walk. Okay, he was the keeper of the sheep. Excuse me. So basically, what Cain was, Abel was, he was the keeper of the sheep. So when you go to verse 6, we understand that Cain rose against Abel. Genesis chapter 4, verse 6 says, and the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, thou should not be accepted. And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. Sin lieth at the door, because he didn't give the fat to the Most High of his sacrifice. Okay? And or his offering. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. So what you're reading is, you're seeing that sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. So what the Most High is saying is, you need to rule over your evil flesh, or it's going to take you over and you're going to do something that's bad. So he was already warning Cain about what's going to happen. But did he take heed? No. So he rose against his brother. because he allowed that spirit, that demonic spirit of that killer instinct, that murdering demonic spirit, come over him through a door. And it came through a portal. That's what it's actually saying. If you do something that's heinous and you kill someone just to be killing someone, that's an evil spirit. Okay? If you're self-defense, that's self-defense. But if you feel that you want to just go somewhere because you feel jealous and all that, those are demon possessions. Okay? That's why I said sin life at the door, because of course it's a sin. But now, based on that sin, he allowed thoughts to come in his mind. That's why when you read verse 5, but unto Cain, verse 8, it says, and Cain talked with Abel, his brother. So now he's talking to him. He's already he's a sinner now, because he didn't feel that the Most High didn't accept his offering. So he was considered a sinner. Sin lieth at the door. So now, based on this door opening, now this demonic possession came upon Cain. All right, and Cain talked with Abel and his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the fields that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. And basically he goes on. I have to kind of make this and condense this real quick because I don't have much time, because I got some very interesting information that I want to bring forth. So we understand what sin lieth at the door. It's actually talking about sin is at a port, will come through your realm, your dimension, and possess your body. Okay? Now, when you look at the word door in the Hebrew, you're going to see something very interesting, which caught my attention. All right? Hebrew number 6763. Hebrew number 6763 says, Tesla. Sounds very familiar, right? Tesla. I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to show you something else. Tesla. Of course, there's other various definitions, but let's just hone in on this one. Tesla. Feminine, right? From a rib, curved, literally of the body. You see, it says literally of the body, or figuratively, which means on the spiritual level, of a door, i.e. leaf, hence a side, literally, of a person, or figuratively of an object or the sky. Then it says quarter, architecturally, especially floor or ceiling, timber or plank, single or collective, i.e. a flooring, beam, board, chamber, corner, leaf, plank, rib, side, chamber, of an object or the sky, quarter. So I'm going to show you how, based on scripture, how you understand what this is actually saying, because this is on a spiritual level, and I'm going to show you who knows. A lot of your Jewish people that run the world will actually name themselves based on the spirituality of a word. That's why I want people to really understand that term, what I use sometimes. Spirituality of words is the blueprint on understand what your enemy is going to do to you. All right, now look. When it says of an object of the sky, then it says quarter, right? Now, if you take a dollar bill, it takes 4 quarters to make a whole dollar, okay? And the reason why I say that is to make a box, okay, you have 4 corners. If you chip one of the corners off, it's a quarter of that box missing. Okay, now listen. Revelation 7:1. Revelation 7:1 says, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor any tree. Now this is when the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, is going to be 12,000 leaders of each tribe, which is 144,000 leaders are sealed. Then, once they're sealed, then the punishment is going to come on the earth. But at this particular times, right now, we're reading that the angels are sitting on the four quarters of the earth. So that's what you're reading when you see Strong's number 6763, when it says single or collective of an object or the sky. Then it says object of the sky. Then it says quarter. So when they come out with UFO, unidentified object, they're actually telling you that they're telling you that these are going to be angels that's going to come forth in the last days. So UFOs are for real, unidentified. They're not identified to the masses, but they are identified objects to those of us that are awakened, and those of the government people that understand that they're angelic forces, they're angels, and they are at the four corners of the earth right now. Now, what I want to show is the actual name itself. Let me show this. When you see, I want to make sure this is clear. Tesla, right? Now let's just look at this. You see what I got right here? The Tesla time machine. So they understand this goofball named himself, or his family bloodline named him Tesla time machine. So they can go through portals. You see that? And you see my tab here, the Tesla time machine. Okay? This is that's the Jewish person here, Tesla. And this is his time machine here. Those are the schematics on how he built it. And there are numbers for it. It's registered under the government, and it works. Okay? Now, and if you want to, there's a documentary on the time machine, Tesla. It's not a coincidence that he actually named himself based on the spirituality of the Hebrew Tesla, knowing that he understands the ingenuity of an object of the sky, quarter, figuratively, of the body, literally. Now we're talking about doors, right? The doorway. Now when you go into the the Greek, and you put in portal, it's going to go right to it, because this is when the time frame we start using that term. Because door links into the word portal. Right? Doorway, building, or city. But look at this one. 2374. Thurah. It's almost like the word Thor. That's where it come from. Coming through another portal. A primary word, compare door, a portal, or entrance. That's why you see the word door there. You see that? Door. The opening of the closure, literally or figuratively, door, gate. So you're actually talking about angelic forces. And what these angelic forces do, sometimes they protect you, because it could have been something that could have been harming, could have been trying to harm you or whatever. You know, like, that's why we got to stay under the umbrella of the Most High. You know, do your best to do the right thing. And, you know, a lot of times the Most High will protect you. And sometimes he will, without your understanding, send you through a certain time frame where the enemy won't be able to keep up with you. And how I know this? Because I get followed home every day by your gang stalkers. And that particular day, I didn't see no activity at all. So that's how I knew that there was some type of time leap that occurred while I was feel like I was in a dream while I was driving. Okay? The Most High gave us certain abilities. How you think your body is going to change in Corinthians when it says you shall put on incorruption and take off incorruption? This is new bodies. You think there's going to be some kind of the Most High is going to give us that ability back to be able to be like the first Adam was before he fell. That's what we're getting geared for. And Satan and his cronies know it. All right, period. So, like I said, this may be a little too tough for some people to digest, but I wanted to get into this information real quick, and I'm pretty much done. All right, I have to go because the thing's going to cut off. So if you have any questions, you can hit me at judite07@gmail.com. All right, and see you all soon with other videos. Shalom.